mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
Turururu, turururu,
What sort of color is this?
What a place.
I bet I don't see you over in the
Surprise.
west then here.
You'll interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
Eita.
What sort of color is this? I bet it
The
needs
ability
What
to not
a
get lost in
place.
sort of talent. This full of surprises.
Want to get a guide if you're not familiar with the area.
Best I don't see you over in the west then.
Olá, boa noite.
Don't keep your voice down.
Isso aqui é totalmente um teste, na verdade. Um novo teste. Qual a missão de hoje? Iniciar a nova área.
What a place. This full of surprises.
Veremos. Esse maluco foi correndo pela beira. Você.
Have I been here before?
Se você não sabe, meu amigo.
Need some high-calorie food urgently? You've come to the right place.
Ok. Precisei fazer toda uma reconfiguração do OBS. E estarei testando hoje. É isso, é isso. Eu vou começar no Nod-Krai. Vou jogar por tipo bem pouquinho tempo, bem pouquinho mesmo. Tive muitos bugzinhos do OBS recentemente, então tô testando uma configuração nova. Pra mim parece meio travadinha, mas é um teste. Vejamos, veremos.
Don't worry, I always win anyway.
Peraí. Não posso esquecer disso aqui também. A minha internet que tava bem ruimzinha aqui, que tava deixando tudo meio estranho. Agora eu tô entendendo. Pera aí. Agora eu tô entendendo porque tava tudo travado. Esqueci que eu tenho que jogar aquilo ali. Isso aqui tem... Tá, eu tenho 9 dias pra isso. Eu quero essa arma. Vamos lá. Vamos pisar em Nod-Krai pelo menos, que eu não fui pra lá nenhuma vez. Nossa, esse aqui não vai dar tempo. 8 semanas. Isso dá quantos dias? Será que dá tempo? Oh, não joguei esses 2 dias aqui, me ferrei. Aí eu tô no dia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Então a semana aqui reseta na terça, pelo visto. Eu sei que nada que eu tô falando tá fazendo muito sentido. Mas prometo que vai. Uma hora vai. Vai ter lógica. Eu consigo puxar por aqui a missão do... Aqui, né? Dito isso, eu não vou estar conseguindo ver... Não vou estar conseguindo acessar a Twitch, por exemplo. Mas tudo bem. Que isso? Ah, é do boss novo. Plantinha. Não sei o que é isso. Testei a lama, não gostei muito da lama. Não curti muito. Aí, vamos lá. Onde a lua nasce. Vai ser aqui que vai começar? Vou iniciar o foco, será? Vou iniciar, porque eu não quero que... Essa missão vai ser afetada. Uma grande crise. De quem é essa missão? Vou ativar porque eu não quero fazer mais nada além disso. Por enquanto. A não ser o evento, que tem 9 dias. Bora correr, bora correr.
Hey, Neve. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That is perfectly all right. My data indicates clear skies in the coming days. Current conditions for maritime travel, optimal. I'll be ready whenever you are.
Partiu.
Are we really gonna set off without telling anyone again?
A gente fez isso da outra vez? A gente avisou as pessoas outra vez. Não foi sempre assim?
Funny you mention it. You'll never guess who Paimon saw on the way over. Hey! You didn't seriously think we'd let you leave without a farewell party, did you? No chance.
Muito obrigada.
Yeah, come on, traveler. We've already made all the preparations.
Festinha?
And most importantly, how dare you try and slip away without first paying your respects
Até
to the almighty
você veio
Dragon
falar
Lord?
comigo. Agora eu fiquei emocionada de verdade. Agora eu fiquei emocionada.
A little bird told us you'd soon be leaving for Nod-Krai. So, we asked Paimon to give us a heads up before the date of your departure.
Traidora.
You sure it's not time to think about changing that little habit of ours?
Por mim, tudo bem. A gente
Don't worry, we won't keep you long. Besides, everyone's there already. Shaska, Iansan, Auroron, even the Pyro Archon herself.
Okay.
You're invited too, Anefa. Shilonen has a special gift for you.
Bora, né?
Accompaniment request accepted. Shilonen demonstrates excellent massage technique. My impression of her is exceedingly positive.
Wait, so robots like massages too? Or is it just that
Ela precisa
Shilonen really knows how
de
you're
óleo nas
right?
engrenagens.
Alright, enough with the chit-chat. Let's head to the venue.
Woohoo! Party time!
E você é quem? Por que esse deboche pra mim? Já foi informar pros outros, né? O que eu tô fazendo, pra onde que eu tô indo.
Spit it out then.
They've set off.
Just as my calculations projected. About time I met this variable in person.
You know, every time we head to a new
Achei que a gente ia
nation,
ver a
there's always
festinha,
a
pelo
point where it
menos.
suddenly dawns on Paimon. This is it. The next chapter of our adventure has begun. This time, it was the moment she realized she just polished off the very
Awesome.
last of her Saurus crackers. Should have stocked up better at the farewell party.
In other words, Paimon has marked the geographic coordinates from 2 minutes and 40 seconds ago as the boundary between Natlan and Nod-Krai. This deviates somewhat from the official coordinates stored in my database.
Ok.
Paimon meant more in terms of how it felt on a psychological level. Anyway, what about you, Traveler? When did it really sink in for you? Huh, that actually
Mas eu nem
kinda makes
respondi.
sense. What about you, Anefa? Come to think of it, maybe we should be asking the other way around. So, when you came over to Natlan, what was the moment you felt like you'd left Nod-Krai?
In that case, probably when my sensors could no longer detect the moon's power.
The moon? You mean, that one we can all see in the sky?
Negative. I was referring to... Here we are. Paimon, Traveler, we have arrived in Nod-Krai.
Oh, wow!
Paimon, traveler. Welcome to Nod-Krai.
That must be Nasha Town up ahead! That's the place you were telling us about on the way over, right?
Huh?
That is correct, Paimon. It is also the most bustling commercial hub in all of Nod-Krai.
É bem remendado. O quê?
Sounds like the perfect place to start trying out all the local specialties. Huh? Is something up, traveler?
Aparentemente sim. É grave.
Paimon, this is where our spaceship landed when Ether and I first arrived in Tevat.
Huh? Are you sure? But how come you've never mentioned that before? Seems pretty important to Paimon.
Primeiro, deixa eu processar o choque de que a viajante vai falar comigo. Isso é uma coisa que eu sempre quis nesse jogo. Que a viajante falasse, sabe? Não ficasse só... Todo mundo fala, porque eu não posso falar? Por que eu não posso ter voz? Tipo, finalmente. Demorou só 5 anos, mentira. Segundamente, é uma incógnita, né? Sobre o momento que a gente chegou, né, Paimon? Então a gente não tinha como saber. Eu acho que a gente não tinha como saber isso. A não ser que a gente tenha pisado aí novamente. As coisas, os mundos... Os tempos são outros, Charles. Então acho que tem que estar aí pra reconhecer, tipo, foi aqui. Antes disso, ela não sabia que tinha pisado em Nod-Krai antes, né? Ela viajante, no caso, eu.
Well, because those memories are really hazy. All I remember is Ether waking me up and us leaving the ship. But just now, setting foot on this land, I felt something. The kind of power I sensed in those moments.
Are you referring to Kuvaki?
Kuva, what now?
The locals refer to it as Kuvaki. It is a unique elemental force found only in Nod-Krai, or rather, a pure, primordial form of elemental energy. That is correct. Another similar concept I have found in my database is
Não
the
gostamos do mar
primordial sea.
primordial.
Legend
Não
has it that
gostamos.
long,
Não
long
gostamos.
ago, the moon that shines in the sky above us once rose from the land of Nod-Krai.
A lua de
Modern
verdade?
geological surveys and meteorite studies conducted in the region have since supported this claim.
So, when you mentioned being able to detect the moon's power earlier, you were referring to Kuvaki?
Reino da luz. Ai. Como era Nod-Krai tantos anos atrás? A gente nem sabe de fato quando foi que eles chegaram, né? A gente sabe que o cataclismo aconteceu 500 anos antes, mas... Eles... bom...
Wait, Traveler, you're saying we might actually find your spaceship here?
Será?
Do you still remember where it landed?
Quero.
Nod-Krai is surrounded by the ocean. In other words, it could have been anywhere along its coastline.
Parece ser... Vamos andar essa costa inteira, que seja.
Negative. Description still lacks sufficient detail to pinpoint target location.
Hey, it's okay if you can't remember everything right away. After all, it's been a really long time.
Huh?
Let's just do what we've always done and keep searching as we explore. Besides, what have you got to fear with your sidekick Paimon still here?
I'd be more than happy to help you out as well.
Our pleasure. Anyway, just knowing that your spaceship's here in Nod-Krai
A
surely
gente não
counts as a
sabe
big
se ela tá
step
aqui,
forward,
imagina
huh?
que sim.
Like we've crossed another boundary?
Paimon couldn't have put it better herself. You sure are a quick learner, Inefa.
Que loucura, cara. Até essa missão anterior de Nathan, que fala da nave, tipo, era meio que inesperado pra mim que a viajante e o irmão viajassem em naves. Eu sei que faz todo sentido, mas a gente vê ali 2 estrelinhas cadentes voando. Eu achei que eles só vagavam eles mesmos, tipo, sei lá, com poderes, com o poder da luz, da estrela, da lua. Só voava. Eles têm água. Precisamos de respostas. Respostas!
Well, as the best guide in the whole of Tibet, Paimon hereby does solemnly declare, Nod-Krai, here we come!
Que a força esteja comigo! Quando se aproximar, vai entrar, absorver. Quando o personagem está em estado fortalecido, pode absorver. Ou ele vai entrar no meu inventário, ou ele vai ser carregado.
We should take a break after all that running around.
E se está sendo carregado, eu absorvi mesmo.
Yeah, let's rest here for a bit.
Tem uma lua perto de mim. Uma lua em cima de mim. Ó. Ó. Ó, isso aqui é o quê? Eu vou ser bem sincero, não sei se eu gostei da cidade. Você encontrará... Ok. Destruindo ou fazer ele mover. T. Ok. Obrigada pela explicação. Eu entendi que Nod-Krai não é exatamente uma nação igual as outras são. Ok, até aí. Ó, a lua fica diferente. A cor dela fica diferente. É que meio que assim, não é uma nação, tipo Inazuma e tal. E por isso talvez tenha essa aparência. Mas parece, tipo assim, é feio. Eu só acho feio, tipo, tudo remendado. Parece um grande... Ah, luz, mas de mim de novo. Parece que tudo aqui foi bem... Gambiarra. Ai, meu Deus, foi mal, querida. Não quis te dar uma espadada. Então.
It just occurred to Paimon, if we were looking to put out a missing spaceship commission, or to learn more about Nod-Krai, wouldn't it make sense to
Eu
drop
vou
by the
colocar uma
Adventurers
missão
Guild?
pra alguém? Eu que
The
faço? Eu
guild
que
is
sou
located in
aventureira.
Nasha Town. Simply follow this road and you'll reach it.
Huh? What
Parece
into
uma
that is
Cilly, só que mais
Looks
corpórea.
kinda like a Sealy, floating around in the air like that.
That is a kuhanki, a species unique to the land of Nod-Krai.
A Kuhenki? Does she have something to do with the moon too?
Indeed it does. According to the Frost Moon Scions, the indigenous inhabitants of this land, the kuhanki, are said to be familiars of the moon goddess, leading those who walk in the moonlight's glow to things of great importance.
The moon goddess? Don't all people here worship the Tsaritsa?
Although Nod-Krai lies on Snezhneya's border regions, the people here have held their own unique beliefs since time immemorial. As I mentioned, everything in this land shares a deep connection with the moon and the sky above.
Ok.
The beliefs of the Frostmoon Scions seem to date back to the civilization of the angels. According to the documents in my database, even the 7 Archons did not exist at that time.
Wow! So the origin of their beliefs goes back even further than the Archon War?
Correct. At some point, you may come across some statues of their goddess. The Frostmoon Scions carved these as well.
Hey! Looks like she's floating away!
I suggest you follow her.
Poder da
The
lua
probability
bem antes
of
da
an ordinary
aqui.
person encountering a kuhenki lies in the single digits. Many here consider them heralds of good fortune.
Mas tá todo mundo vendo, como assim? É um acontecimento raro, tá? Tipo, tá bem ali. Todo mundo tá vendo. Enfim, como eu ia dizendo... O que é isso aqui? Vocês estão na fila para... Ok. Ok. Engraçado. Ok, como eu ia dizendo... É isso aí que a gente tinha que fazer? A cidade em si parece tudo um negócio meio que gambiarrado, meio que de qualquer jeito, assim, sabe? Remendado. Tá meio de qualquer jeito. Meio isso, meio de qualquer jeito. Eu consigo interagir com isso aqui? Transformar para se esconder na névoa. Trocar de forma e vagar e não sei o que. Como é que eu troco de forma? Troco de forma aí. Mas... Isso é tipo uma... Eu tô com a Chilona e tô escalando porque... Eu vou ter que me jogar pra poder pegar esse negócio. Se for pra eu ir voando, não vai rolar não. Enfim, as cidades são sempre tão bonitas, essa que eu achei feinha. Mas eu entendi por que ela é assim. Sei que faz parte do plot, porque não é exatamente uma nação e tal. É um lugar meio que surgiu aqui mesmo. E é isso aí. Cheguei ao destino, mas cadê o bicho? Pô, ele tá ali atrás. E eu me antecipei. Foi mal. Bora.
Is this a travel guide? Huh. It actually led us to something useful.
Ai. Ok. Bati na mesa com tudo. Tá.
Are there any particular points of interest?
Oh, it all looks pretty interesting to Paimon. If we have time, she'd love to see pretty much everything.
Sei, cidade operária, cidade
Calibrating route.
científica.
If we keep following the current path, we will arrive at an area of scenic beauty. From there, we will be able to identify both the Adventurers Guild and several must-visit specialty stores.
Yikes! Why is Paimon suddenly getting the feeling that if she doesn't step it up soon, Neve's gonna put her out of a job?
Relaxa, ninguém vai te substituir, minha linda. Amorzinho da minha vida. Deixa eu só dar uma olhadinha. Rapidinho, assim. Eu quebro isso aqui igual no... Ok, achei que aquilo ali viraria um baú de verdade. Assim, ó. Só destravar isso aqui. Chamar. Vamos subir aí, vamos lá. Aqui pra cima, vamos pra cima. Eu sei que é pra lá, mas... Ó, tem um observatório ali. Eu vou... Ok, você é... Livros. Eu vou comprar, não sei o que é isso, mas eu vou comprar. Tudo. Me dê todas as coisas que você vende, por favor e obrigada. Ups. Ah! Ah. O que é isso? Cadê meu bolsinho? Retorno de investimento. Todos os investimentos envolvem riscos, blá 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 blá. Tá. Bobeira. Com todo respeito. Vou comprar outro. Aquela tipo, nossa, odiei, quero mais. Calma. Deixa pelo menos eu pegar o observatório.
Wow! Nasha Town actually looks pretty big from here. Feels a bit different than Paimon imagined, though.
Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations?
Well, Paimon keeps hearing people describe Nod-Krai as an adventurer's paradise.
Eu entendo totalmente o que você
She
tá falando,
kinda thought it'd be a bit more
achei meio...
picture perfect somehow.
According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in Nod-Krai's past, the age of the Fae. Tales of those
Fae.
ancient heroes are still told today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for Nod-Krai. Present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then, one day,
What happened?
there came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across Nod-Krai, and for a time it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become of the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light, just as the abyss had extinguished all hope. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony, perhaps.
An irony?
Today, no official authority governs Nod-Krai. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they wish, and become whoever they want to be.
Não há governo, então... Um paraíso sem leis.
The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town's Central Plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way.
Hey, what's that building over there? You know, the biggest, tallest one.
That is Aino's Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the wild hunt threat level outside Nasha Town reaches a certain threshold. But according to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent discharge.
The wild hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to Nod-Krai?
It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of wild hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale that adults used to scare children. If you don't start behaving, kid, some night, the wild hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? That weeping in the fog? Those are the cries of a young woman being dragged away.
You're saying people actually hear things like that?
I have not witnessed enough wild hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer. But the oldest legends say that all people saw was the ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity. Abyssal monsters and all.
Coisa boa não era, então, né?
When you put it like that, Paimon's really gotta hand it to Aino. Not only did she repair you,
E ela parece ser uma
she even
criança,
built
tipo...
a giant cannon to keep
loucura,
the
né?
wild hunt at bay.
Absolutely. Aino is very impressive indeed. Anyway, according to my schedule, it is time I took you over to the flagship.
Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Barca waiting. Well, Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar
É
this early.
verdade, tinha até esquecido disso. Para eles, qualquer hora é hora do bar. Exatamente.
You're right about that.
Pode ser que ele esteja hoje, pode ser que ele esteja amanhã, pode ser que esteja depois, todos os dias. Todos os dias tem chances. Será que eu já vou encontrar ele? Onde que tá a estátua aqui? Eu quero liberar o mapa. Só pegar esse coisa que tem algum lugar aqui que eu não sei onde é. É mais pra cima? Só vamos. Ih. Saltar. Aham. Aqui. Ah! Ai, meu Deus, o que eu tenho que fazer aqui? Pra trás esse. Misericórdia, o sangue de Jesus tem poder, tem poder, tem poder. E agora, pra onde eu vou? E agora? Ai, meu Deus. Pra cá. Ai, meu Deus. Fiquei com medo. Na verdade, meu medo era de eu chegar no final e ter dado errado o escuro. Medo real, medos reais. Tá. Eu acho que eu deixei um baú pra trás. Ele vai continuar pra trás porque eu quero desbloquear o... Essa alta do 7. Seja lá onde ela esteja. Eu tô um pouco confusa. Não me diz que é isso aqui. É isso aqui. Pra cá tem um coisa. Deve ser lá pra cima, né? Não, é só pra cima. É isso aqui. Estátua da lua nova. Existe alguma coisa pra você pegar daqui de poder, minha querida? Será? Viajante, querida. Eu não tenho nada pra deixar aqui. Ah, tenho 2, vamos colocar. Por que não? Eu tô aqui mesmo.
Bring it.
Rapaz. Vamos lá então, onde supostamente encontraremos o Varka. Rapaz. Ó, isso aqui com certeza tem coisa pra fazer aqui. Vou usar o poder de não sei o que da lua e interagir com isso. Depois eu descubro. Ó, mais baú, tudo. Ícone de baú, isso não é coincidência. Pra cá. Ok.
Here we are, the flagship.
Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right? Let's see. Varka?
O que a gente saberia de olhar pra ele? finalmente a gente vai
No
conseguir
matches
encontrar esse
identified.
maluco. Quer dizer, supostamente, né? Não encontrei ainda, então não vou manter minhas esperanças.
So he
não.
isn't here after all. Oh, guess we never did actually say we'd be arriving today. Hey, why don't we go ask the owner? If what they say is true, Varka's drinking prowess must have left quite the impression.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Huh? Well, well. If it isn't the ineffable Ineffa.
Hello there, Demyon.
You know each other?
Of course! Ineffa's a regular here at the flagship.
Ó, bebe.
So, robots are into booze too?
Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcoholic drinks is very low, and most of them are full of impurities. Still, I can affirm that your berries and fried meat deserve a solid 9.12 out of 10. It has Aino's approval too.
Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natland, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries and fried meat for Aino.
Aww. He must have been worried sick that she wasn't eating properly on account of being so hung up about Ineffa being gone.
Actually it's 'cause Varka found out that Aino went wild after Ineffa left, gorging herself on snacks she normally couldn't get her hands on. So it was more worry that she wasn't getting a balanced diet. Think I might have just put my foot in it. Anyway, since you're back from Natland, these two must be the ones Varka mentioned. The Traveler and Paimon, yes?
Aham.
Yep, that's us.
Uhum.
So, from the sounds of it, you must be a close friend of Varka's too.
Varka? Goes without saying. After all, he's the only one around here who's ever managed to stay standing after 10 rounds of the roulette special.
Paimon can't believe he's made such a name for himself. Though, guess it's hardly surprising how.
Right now? Must be somewhere near Anvantinjarvi. That's quite far from here.
Huh? Where's that?
Fala sério.
It's a lake in the northern part of Nod-Krai. Word reached him of trouble brewing
Consigo
around those
chegar lá
parts,
rápido.
so he took his knights to check it out.
Oh. So, we missed him?
Varka knew you'd say that. So he specifically told me to make sure you stayed here and enjoyed yourselves. He sends his assurances that everything's under control.
Acho que era pra eu colocar, perguntar se ele precisa de
If he's
ajuda.
that confident, guess our only option is to accept. Anyway, it's not like there's any special cause for concern. He is the Grand Master, after all.
Exactly. Plus, not only has he booked you into our finest room, he's paid for it in advance, too.
Oh, que chique.
Whoa!
Oh.
It's so generous of him! We might not have met yet, but Paimon's got a feeling that we'll get along with Varka like a house on fire.
Oh, and by the way, he also asked me to serve up a portion of berries and fried meat for Ineffa. That was prepaid as well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm the one who should be grateful for your business.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage?
Eu não
I
tenho
can use
malas.
this time to go pick up some components that Aino asked me to bring back.
Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves a map, once we're done unpacking, we might as well go for a stroll ourselves. Why don't we meet up again later?
Uhum.
Oh. So you no longer require navigational assistance?
No worries, we should be fine. We've got a rough idea of our way around town, so Paimon's reasonably confident we shouldn't get too lost.
Thank you. This translates into an approximate time saving of 30%, meaning I will be able to see Aino about 45 minutes earlier than previously projected.
Legal.
Right. You must miss her a lot too. In that case, we better get a move on.
A drink? Or
Okay.
some information? Either way,
It's so noisy here.
back in my day, we...
É esse mesmo?
Feels pretty nice having someone sort out our
Deus,
food
é
and
comida
lodging for
toda
us, huh?
podre.
But is this really the flagship's best room? It's pretty big, make no mistake, but it looks a little...
Tudo aí me parece meio
worn out,
desgastado nessa cidade.
To be perfectly honest, that feels right at home with everything else we've seen of
É,
Nasha Town.
justo. Eu tô julgando o lugar sem considerar isso aqui, uma cidade construída em
You mean it's got
ruínas.
something to do with Nod-Krai's history? Oh,
Parece de
that
fato
makes
tudo
sense.
remendado.
But
Com
what exactly was this
soldado.
calamity? Oh, should we try the berries and fried meat too? Paimon's getting hungrier and hungrier every time someone mentions it.
Vamos. Eita! Oi, moço. Garota!
Oh, sorry about that.
Vergonha.
Paimon wasn't watching where she was going.
Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. Clearly, I shouldn't have gotten lost in my thoughts in the middle of a hallway.
Wait a sec. Are you staying in the room next to ours?
Ah, quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kirill Chudamirovich Flintz, but please, just call me
Kirill
Flintz.
Chudamirovich.
Whoa, that's an impressively long name for
Mantenha sua
sure.
opinião pra você.
Ah, is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Snezhnaya, at least in the
Snezhnaya.
past. Would I be correct then to assume that the two of you are travelers in this land?
Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We've been to a bunch of nations already, but we only just arrived in Nod-Krai today.
What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers.
Ai, seu olho é muito estranho, me deixa desconcertada.
Are you here for travel too?
Acho que ele é daí.
If only I had the time to spare. No, I'm just staying the night.
Oh, so you're here for business.
Para de perguntar o que o cara tá
That's
fazendo.
certainly one way to put it. I'm a
Você não é íntima
ratnik
dele?
of Nod-Krai, normally stationed near the burial grounds to the north. My sole cause for being here today was to repair this lantern of mine.
Portador da lâmpada. O que é um portador da lâmpada mesmo? Ai, por que que parece estranha?
Burial grounds?
Your surprise is entirely understandable. Most people cannot even begin to fathom the idea of a life surrounded by tombstones and decay. But if you've heard of the calamitous abomination that is the Wild Hunt, you'll know that in their wake they bring a host of souls tainted by abyssal filth. That then is why we are stationed by the burial grounds, to hold the line where it is most vulnerable.
Nossa, que loucura isso, hein? Isso ser uma coisa periódica que acontece.
Oh, so it's all about fighting against the abyss. Oh,
No final é
sounds like a
tudo
tough
isso.
job.
I thank you for your concern. But in truth, I've long since grown used to it. In fact, I like to think it rather suits me. If anything, I'd say I prefer the peace and quiet of a graveyard to the hustle and bustle of urban life.
Paimon sort of gets it now. But even so, she is still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night.
Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big on talking. But even when they do, they're usually far more discreet than the living.
Vixe. Ele não gosta de pessoas vivas, é isso? Ele não gosta de gente. Ele é um emo introvertido, entendi.
Well, would you look at that? Who'd have thought we'd end up chatting this long? Must have a lot in common, huh?
Que isso? Que isso? Você tá muito...
Forgive me, but I must excuse myself, for the time of my appointment draws near. And in terms I'm sure you'll understand, a lanternless ratnik is like a mapless traveler. A serious conundrum indeed.
Oh, sure. In that case, you go right ahead. We won't keep you any longer.
Show. Falou.
Not at all. Should the opportunity present itself, I'd gladly continue our conversation another time. You're always welcome to come visit my grave. I mean, the grave I stand watch over. Your visit would bring much-needed light to that place of final rest.
Você até parece um cadáver mesmo.
Right. Well,
Gente, parece até um fantasma.
we get
Tem
the
certeza que ele tá
chance.
vivo?
Then allow me to wish you a traditional ratnik's farewell. See you by the graveside.
Tchauzinho dela.
Ugh. Jeez. What a weirdo. Not to badmouth him at all. In fact, he seemed pretty cultured, but at the same time, kinda spooky? Must be all that time he spent around graveyards.
Não sou observando a lâmpada dele? Acho que não.
His lantern? No, not really. You mean, 'cause it was broken? Huh. Guess you've always had a nose for stuff like this. If you're worried, you can always ask him the next time we cross paths.
Vamos lá, no túmulo.
Hey, don't you start spouting all that weird stuff too.
Mas onde ele vai estar, né? Oi, Pente. Oi, mocinha. Espina de Ursula? Eu li certo isso? São... Tá, cada um é uma busca diferente. Que isso? Quem eu preciso... Quem eu preciso encontrar dessa vez?
Paimon almost forgot something super important.
Que, Paimon?
Were we gonna go try out the berries and fried meat?
Calma.
But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a
Vamos
waste.
turistar.
Please, accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you.
Huh? What's going on over there? Wait, free food?
Garota,
Wow, the people here are so
eles estão
nice.
fazendo um serviço social. Você não vai
Let's
pegar a
grab some
comida das
too.
pessoas.
Paimon's super curious what their food tastes like.
Calma.
Moonlight illuminates the path before you.
Que isso,
Travelers
moça?
from afar.
Que isso?
How'd you know we
Chega
were
antes de
travelers?
você nos lugares, né?
Just now were a song the birds in the sky, singing of your wanderings. You are no ordinary guests, it seems.
Nossa, você
birds
tá
in
com
the-
som.
What now?
Forgive me. I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. You, too, must be wondering who I am.
Eu já sei quem você
I
é.
am Lauma, moon chanter of the Frost Moon's scions. Please, as do our followers and other passers-by, accept today's boon.
Happy to oblige. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is the traveler. Thanks so much for sharing your yummy food with us. We'll take one each.
Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of the morning dew. It is my hope that partaking of them may lift your spirits to heights anew.
The finest you
Gratidão.
found? Wow! That sure is kind of you, but wouldn't you want to keep those for yourselves?
The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar, not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark for lost hunters. For it is the blade of the starving that darkness most easily corrupts.
Muito
As
bonita essa
perhaps you
comida,
have
tá?
already heard, we Frost Moon Scions revere and worship the moon goddess. We believe that together, virtue and compassion are the shining light that will lead us all out of the long, dark night. And now, with tides of haughty Fatui swarming into Nod-Krai, driven by greed and greed alone, more than ever before, we must all unite under the banner of virtue.
Não faço ideia o problema que vocês devem estar tendo
Look who it
por
is
causa de
again.
Fatui.
Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frost Moon Scions. Got enough for us too?
That's right! 2 servings each! We're starving over here!
Fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even show your faces?
Wilhelmina, bestow today's boon upon our guests.
You hear that? No slacking
Veja
now.
bem.
We'll have the very best you got.
But, my lady, they...
Please, you two, accept this meal. But remember this. Kindness is the first lantern left to guide those who stumble in ignorance.
Come again?
Let me finish. But should they still refuse to follow the moonlit path, then by our frosted blades shall we show them its shadow.
Ele não entendeu. Ele é burro.
Hey,
Ele não vai ter entendido você. Oh!
Whatever. Just you wait. We'll be coming for you
Você me
next.
conhece? Ou ele saiu
Where's the meat? Who wants to eat this
correndo.
garbage?
Só viu nossa cara, saiu correndo. Vou dar na sua cara.
Those stooges really are the worst.
E outra coisa, moça, não é porque você é bondosa que você tem que ser otária também. Calma aí, né? Se precisar que eu passe a espada, eu passo a espada nele.
Ever since they came to Nod-Krai with all their weird equipment and built that so-called experimental design bureau, our lives have been turned completely upside down.
Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the Fatui already know who you are.
É, a gente se encontra de vez em quando.
Well, we have gotten in their way in pretty much every nation we visited, so we're probably at the top of their blacklist by now.
I see. Then, on behalf of the Frost Moon Scions, I thank you for the goodwill you have shown us.
Eu nem fiz nada.
Because if they had gotten ahead of themselves just now, I'm sure you would have stepped in to help. Just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. Besides, for a weary traveler far from home, what better respite than to bathe in the moonlight?
Isso é muito poético,
You will
moça.
always be welcome at the Frost Moon Enclave, the place we call our home.
Muito obrigada.
May we meet again in the moon's gentle glow.
Gratidão.
These
Gratiluz.
are delicious. So refreshingly fresh. Those two Fatui wouldn't know a good thing if it came up and bit them on the shoulder. Looks like Neve isn't done with her shopping yet, and the Adventurers Guild is still empty. Where should we head next? Good idea. Wouldn't want to let the Kuhenki down after all. Let's see. Okay. Paimon's got our route all figured out. So, all that's left to say is, don't fall behind. This is Nuts and Nuts. It's mostly a fruit shop, but there's a crafting bench too.
Ok. Vou precisar.
This is the Speranza. one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. All the waiters here are kids.
Trabalho infantil e
This
você
is the
gosta?
foliage greenhouse.
Ok.
Apparently, their flowers are all made of metal, so they'll never wilt away. And this is the Rossum Workshop. If you ever need a weapon made, this is the place to go. And over here, they've got a super tall observation deck. Whoa! Take a look at that! You can see really far out into the distance. That way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui? And then over there to the west, that must be the place Lauma mentioned, where the Frost Moon Scions live. So, what'd you think? Even if Enefa kinda stole her limelight earlier, this just goes to prove that Paimon's own tour guiding skills aren't too shabby either, right?
Maravilhosa.
She sure is. It'd take hundreds of years of practice to beat the best tour guide in all of Tibet. Huh? Look! There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now. There's already a line forming outside. Looks like we'll finally be able to ask about your spaceship. Oh, or was there anywhere else you wanted to stop by first?
Não, vamos lá.
Where? Which one are you... Oh. Now you mention it, Paimon's noticed it too.
Qual?
Ugh. Better not be who she thinks it is. Anyway, where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild, or that suspicious-looking shop. A word of warning, though. If we step into that shop, be sure to keep a very close eye on your Mora.
Mas se eu for... Opcionais. Ir na loja intrigante é opcional. E a guilda também é opcional, é isso? Eu vou ir no lugar que estiver bem na minha frente. Eu ainda não sei qual dos dois que é. Eu acho que deve ser a loja. Ai! Foi mal. Tudo sob controle. Pegar uma comidinha. Ah, não é possível. Mas não é possível.
Please, here we go. And if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make the great Lord Sangama Bay your first port of call.
O que você tá fazendo aqui?
Oh dear. So it is the real deal. Of course it's the real deal. Everything you'll find here is 110% real, meaning every one of my deals is as real as a deal can... Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't my two most valued clients.
Oi.
And with no small thanks to your munificent patronage.
Eu?
Come. How could you just sneak into Nod-Krai like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier, I would have made an absolute pulled out all the stops to ensure that your boat ride over was as comfortable as humanly possible.
Relaxa.
Thank
Não
the
preciso
Archons we
disso.
didn't tell you. Oh, come now. You know as well as anyone how impeccably and conscientiously above board I am when it comes to doing business. Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is that we had no idea you had a branch in Nod-Krai. A clever merchant always has a backup plan, or two, or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrows. A merchant with stores galore hears no debtors at the door. Since you're both here in Nod-Krai, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it. Or if it's Sumeru you're missing, I've got that covered too.
Nossa,
We
bonito,
literally
hein?
just arrived. Do we look like we're on the hunt for tourist trinkets to take back for our friends? My, your high-minded tastes never cease to impress. In that case, I know just the thing. You must be on the hunt for something like this? What's that? Your hat? Information, of course. Information about Nod-Krai. locked securely
Não quero
in the
fazer
otherwise
negócios com você,
impenetrable
obrigada.
vaults of the Lord Sangama Bay's brilliant mind. I knew it! I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares. On the back of all our pleasant dealings in the past, I'll even take a hit by throwing in some insider info for free.
Você quer só fofocar, que eu sei.
Wow! You sure are feeling uncharacteristically generous today. What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I'm the most generous person forget it. Anyway, the long and the short of it is this. The moment I set up shop in Nod-Krai, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other for power and influence.
Que lugar amigável.
Well, as they say, there's no time for business like a crisis. Things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down 2 ancient moon's remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos. And the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential profit.
Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora.
Oh, really?
Nossa, eles derrubaram o resto da
Surely
lua.
it was the tales of an adventurer's paradise that brought you here. The chance to take your very own slice of all the latest and greatest business opportunities. In that case, what would you like to know about?
Eu quero saber dos portadores da lâmpada.
Oh, they're an organization set up to keep the locals safe. Apparently, they have a long and glorious history, and they're made up entirely of volunteers. But seriously, a volunteer organization in Nod-Krai? This place is hardly a magnet for noble hearts. No pay, all work. That's not a business model, and it's certainly not for me. The Frost Moon Scions? You mean the people who believe in the moon goddess? They're not a bad bunch. It's just, well, they have such simple tastes. No luxuries, no indulgences, no nothing. Trying to earn a little more from that lot is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. Still, things between them and the Fatui have gotten pretty tense. It's only a matter of time before the powder keg goes boom. And when that happens, that's when business will start to boom too. Everyone knows they're here for the ancient moon's remnants, but no one's sure why they pulled them down in Nod-Krai of all places. Anyway, they've been acting mysterious enough, but if you ask me, that Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau of theirs up north hides secrets wilder still. That bunch of booze-loving monsters? Ugh, don't even get me started.
Esses mesmos.
As fellow Outlanders, I thought they'd be easy pickings, but somehow, every single one of our business negotiations wound up at the flagship. I've done plenty of deals with heavy drinkers before, but those guys? I never once made it to the contract signing before blacking out. I'm getting flashbacks of the hangovers just thinking about
Foi a
it.
vítima. Nave espacial.
What now? A spaceship? Nope, never heard of anything like that.
Puxa.
Don't you two get involved in any big business here without so much as a heads up, you hear me? At the very least, consider letting me in as a key investor.
Okay, nada.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Sooner or later, you'll no doubt end up doing business with some other merchants in Nod-Krai. And someone's bound to mention a place called the Curatorium of Secrets. Listen to my advice. Do not, under any circumstances, go there.
Agora que você
no
falou
matter
isso,
how
eu tenho
much trouble
certeza que eu
you're
vou
in.
precisar ir.
The Curatorium of Secrets? What do they get up to there?
Certo que eu vou
A
precisar.
place that handles all kinds of disputes. But the owner will charge you an absolute fortune, and she has a temper to match. Nothing like your friendly neighborhood, Lord Sangama Bay.
Então ela é uma
You're not just saying that to
concorrente.
stop your competition from undercutting you, right?
When did that little pipsqueak get so sharp? And after I gave them all that info for free just to win them over. What do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking about your wallets. I mean, on behalf of your wallets.
You're really not convincing anyone, you know.
All right. Business is a cutthroat business. I won't argue with that. But I'm not lying about that boss lady.
Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in Nod-Krai, she's also in my top 3 people most eager to trade in favors.
Seriously? It feels like you're just bad-mouthing your rival now.
Fine. If you don't believe me, go see for yourselves. We might both be from Sumeru, but compared to hers, my conscience is so large. Why, it could fill 3 whole palaces of Alcazar's array. But when you realize what I'm saying is true, don't say that good old Lord Sangama-Bay didn't warn you.
Ok. Gostei da menção ao palácio que o Kaveh fez.
Bring it.
Vamos lá. Vamos na guilda dele.
Lucky us! The line seems to be gone now. Come on, let's go say hi to Catherine. Hey, Catherine, we meet again.
Oi.
How ridiculous.
Huh?
Credo, vai falar assim na minha cara.
They often say that mortals, shackled by their own flesh and blood, may fail to perceive the truth of this world, even when it is right beneath their very noses. Yet I had not expected to have the pleasure to witness such heights of absurdity firsthand.
But Paimon must have gotten the wrong person. At second glance, you do seem a bit younger than Catherine. And you certainly sound a lot less friendly.
A creator might forgive ignorance, but being mistaken for one of my own creations is beyond all pardon. Look very closely, for standing before you is none other than Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
A harbinger?
Oi, Sandrone. É, assim, eles ficam de olho de um jeito ou de outro. Eu não sei se você já percebeu, mas eles têm gente em tudo quanto é lugar. É uma organização bem grande. Então, sendo pela Catherine ou não, a gente com certeza está sendo observada a todo passo. Cada passo que a gente dá, eles sabem. Você vê, ela foi informada que se chegou aí não foi nem por uma Catherine. Ok.
Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call. A friendly warning, if you will. You interfered with my work once before, with that little robot. I let it slide. After all, it was nothing more than a distraction, a side project at best.
Nossa última missão lá em Natlan, né? Com a Neve.
But we are in Nod-Krai now. And as such, I strongly advise you not to stand in the Fatui's way. Otherwise, the next time we meet, I might just have to drop all this meaningless etiquette.
Essa é a sua etiqueta? Isso é você sendo educada?
Oh, please. You've got some nerve coming out with barely veiled threats like that. You're the one stirring things up here.
Oh, perhaps you have misunderstood. Just because Nod-Krai lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled. We Fatui are simply establishing a new order.
Eu vou dar na sua cara.
Yeah, right. More like shady experiments, judging by your massive creepy research facility.
I've said what I came to say. What you do next, only you can decide.
Usada, velho.
So why don't you start by using your already limited processing capacity to calculate your even more limited options?
Não sabia que ela é tão hostil assim.
Being the refined young lady that I am, I shall indulge you just this once. Ad Astra Abasask. Welcome to Nod-Krai, Dominion of the Fatui.
Ugh! Paimon's so mad right now! How can anyone so obviously evil be so annoyingly self-righteous? But if if a Tui Harbinger is here to greet us in person, that can only mean one thing.
Credo.
We'll have to be extra careful from here on out. Paimon hates feeling like she's being watched.
A gente tá sendo observada todo o tempo.
Catherine's back.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How may I help? I will do everything I can to assist you.
You're so much nicer to talk to, Catherine. Please don't leave us again,
Ela nem sabe do que você tá falando. É como se você estivesse falando com um robô édico.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oi, querida. Vou aproveitar pra já pegar minha galera e mandar de volta. Show. E eu vou parar por aqui. Fiz uma live apenas de teste, só com o inicinho da missão pra saber se ia funcionar tudo ok com a configuração nova que eu tô usando no OBS. De ver a tela toda, né, no caso. Nem pegou todas as missões, eu sei que eu fiz. Enfim, é isso. Boa noite, muito boa noite e até mais.